Hey everybody, welcome back to the ST3D video. Like always, I'm VJ. So I recently made a video about the Ender 2, and then a lot of people contacted me stating that they would appreciate it if I made a video about bed leveling on this particular printer. So here you go guys, the bed leveling process of the Creality Ender.
Alright guys, before we go and get the bed leveling process started, there's a few things that we need to go over first. One, go ahead and take the filament out of the printer, and I mean completely out. As you can see, there's nothing there, there's nothing coming out of my nozzle here, none of that. The second thing you want to check for or do is make sure your bed's not wobbling. If it is wobbly guys, on this machine right here, I don't know if you can see, but there's a centric nut right back there, and you turn that towards the power switch here, and that should tighten your bed. Okay. The reason we do that is because if you have a wobbly bed, then your leveling is not going to matter how well you do it. So those are two things you want to start off with. And the very third thing we're going to do is go and heat up our bed here. The reason we're going to heat that up is because heat expands. So if you level it cold, yeah, you'll still get a print, but as it heats up, heat tends to expand. So there's a slight chance, I mean, it's not going to be making a dramatic difference, but this part right here, because it heats up, it might expand a little bit, bringing the bed just, I mean, micros closer to your nozzle. Therefore, when you're actually printing, you'll get that right there, because that was too close to the bed. When I leveled it, it was perfectly fine. When I tried to print, it was grinding on the surface. So first I like to get the bed heated up, and then I do like a quick leveling just to make sure everything's good, and then I go ahead and turn on the nozzle, get that sucker heated up, and then I re-level everything again. The reason I do that because I don't want to heat up the nozzle right off the bat and then my bed's not leveled properly and it digs right into it. Because there's a surface on here, it'll actually burn through it, which we don't want to do. So let's go ahead and get this sucker heated up first, and then we'll go from there. So what you want to do is on your screen here, you want to go to control, go to temperature, go to bed, and like I said, anywhere from 50 to 60, I'll go and leave it at 55. And let's get this thing heated up, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm at 55 degrees. So what I'm going to do from here is just go ahead and auto home this sucker. And again, you just go to prepare and just do auto home. Should have brought it a little bit closer, huh? So the first thing you want to do after you go and hit home is you want to go back into the menu. Now if you're already on this screen, you just go to bed auto leveling, but for those of you that might have exited out, again, just go to prepare. Then from there you go to bed auto leveling. Once you do that, you'll see a next. So just go down to next, and you're just gonna hit next. And what this is gonna do is go ahead and start your leveling process. That is the very first position there. Okay, now before we get started on that, just let you know there's 3 knobs, guys. You probably are already aware of. One back there, one right there, and one all the way in the back right there. Okay, so for this side, unfortunately the whole side right here, we're gonna just be messing with that one knob. Alright guys, so once you go ahead and get it in the first position, you want to go ahead and get your little piece of paper, slide it underneath. Now keep in mind your bed is hot. Be careful when you touch underneath, just precautionary, do not burn or hurt yourself, please. Okay, so I'm just going to reach in there, turn it to the right a little bit. So you can see the paper's grabbing pretty hard. So I want to loosen it up a little bit more. That's exactly where I want it, right there. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll try to show you. Right down here, if you pay very close attention, I'll put this paper so you can see it. There's a very slight gap. I mean, I can barely feel the nozzle grinding on the paper, so I left a little bit more gap than I normally would just because of the surface. Now, once you have the first part down, you're just gonna go ahead and it kicked me out of that screen. But the cool thing is, it actually continues from where you left off. So the bed leveling, go next. It's gonna go to the back. Now, me personally, guys, I skip the second part. The reason is because on this side, these two make more of a difference than that one. So I always do that one last, believe it or not. I want to make sure I got this side leveled first. Okay, I'm just gonna take my little paper here, slide it through. I don't feel anything. There it is. It's barely, I can barely feel the nozzle grabbing onto this. So I'm gonna let it out. Go to next. Slide that in. Tighten it up a little bit. There we go. Now I'm gonna go to the next one. It seems to be a little tighter in the front, and I can guarantee you the reason for that is because back there it hasn't been leveled properly. So then just click next. Just gonna raise it up. Go back into the menu to do it one more time. Okay, I can barely feel it. That's perfect. It's a little bit more than the others, but I think we'll be all right. Wow, I really lucked out. Normally I have to do this 2-3 times. Alright guys, so I got the bed leveled with just the heated plate. Now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and turn up the temperature on the nozzle itself to around 200. So you can see right there. And now I'm gonna do the whole leveling process one more time, but this should go fairly quickly because you've already done most of the work. Alright guys, so I got the nozzle up to temp, and I'm just gonna go through the leveling process one more time. So you go to prepare, go to auto bed leveling, and then go through the motions. And on this screen you should see prepare, and right underneath it, next. Alright guys, so it's time. I loaded a little bit of filament. I'm just waiting for the nozzle to kick up to temperature, which it almost should be there. And also the bed is heating up. I've got our nozzle heated up. Let's go and feed some through. There it is. Just gonna give it a second, let the rest come out. Okay. So let's go and get this print started. Okay, there it goes. There it is, guys. Nice thick first layer down. I'm gonna let it go a couple layers so you guys can see exactly what I was talking about. Now the bed leveling process I showed you in this video, guys, is for the Ender only, okay? When I level my CR10 or CR10S or any other ones that usually have a glass top, then I do go a little bit lower. But on this one, because of the plate that's applied with the Ender, I went a different route, so I made it a little bit higher than normal. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can still always go a little bit lower. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just a quick on the fly video, just because some people commented on my previous video on the review of the Creality Ender, and they had requested if I can do a video on bed leveling, so here it is. Hopefully this wasn't too long and it answered most of your questions. If you guys have questions, leave it down below. If you want to see more new content, go and subscribe to the channel. And like always guys, good luck and happy printing.